Am I the type of person to take down people's channels when they make an exposed video citing false information? Very possibly. Very possibly.
TALLVideos. If you don't know him, you're lucky. You know the piece of gum that you accidentally touch whenever you put your hands underneath the desk at school? Yeah, that piece of chewed up gum that was probably in a mouth that has a cancer of some sort? Yeah, that's him. He's been accused of raping 2 girls, and one of those girls was him. He lied so many times in his life that he has no idea what the truth is anymore. He has so many people wrapped around his little lie that they themselves are starting to believe that everything this little cunt says is the truth. He is so fucking narcissistic that he thinks that every single fucking person who has ever had any sort of disagreement or has ever made a single video on him is masturbating to his goddamn pictures. He's made a bullshit company just so he can pretend that he is higher up in the world than everyone else and can call anything slander, just so he can send them threatening emails telling them that his company, Tall fucking Media, is going to sue. He has called the cops multiple times just because someone has tweeted his address to him or has sent him a picture of his house over Twitter. But what's funny about that is he can threaten to beat the shit out of somebody on Twitter, but he can't go out and fight somebody that's sending him pictures of his house. And lastly, he has taken on so many different personas that he doesn't even know who he is anymore. Now, I've made a video on TALLVideos before. It was called TALLVideos Rant. Hey guys, Grim here, coming at you with another video that's not even worthy on my channel. Like, honestly, my channel's canceled. So if you don't know what this video is about a person by the name of TALLVideos, and I thought it was pretty good. And that I couldn't possibly make another video on this cunt. But when I heard that he was threatening to sue people with his company, I had to just make another video. Now, TALLVideos is one of those people that you don't want to become friends with, but in some scenarios you have no choice. And once you become friends with him, you kind of trust him for about a month, and then you realize that everything he says is complete bullshit, and he's just talking out of his ass. Now, the point that I would like to start with is where he's pretending to be an underage girl and asking Sammy Knife for nudes.
X gon' give it to you. Fuck, wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real.
So there's this person by the name of Sammy Knife on YouTube, and one day, Sammy decided to become friends with TALLVideos, but that's where he made his first mistake. Turns out that Steven, or TALLVideos, whatever the fuck he wants to be called nowadays, had a little account that he used to do God knows what. It is called A Tall Fangirl, or Amy Ross, to be short. And so Steven controlled this account to basically act as if he had fangirls, but one day Steven decided to use that little fangirl account for something more dark and sinister. He went and added Sammy on Skype and started asking for nudes from Sammy. Now, what Sammy did was he said no, which is what he should have done. But Steven wasn't having it. He threatened Sammy Knife that he was going to delete Sammy's channel, and Steven had access to his channel because Sammy signed up for Steven's little YouTube network, so therefore Steven was a manager on Sammy's channel, and he could basically do whatever he wanted to Sammy's channel. So Steven says to Sammy, "Send me nudes or your channel goes away." And so Sammy sprung into action and deleted all of his YouTube managers, so Steven couldn't do anything. Now, recently, Steven has come out and said that it was him, even though for months and months he was denying that it was him. Yeah, he said that it was him, but then he proceeds to say it was just a sick joke. Now, a little question for Steven is it a sick joke when you would actually fuck with Sammy's channel? Just be honest, you wanted nudes for the purpose of jerking your 3-inch. There's no need to lie.
X gon' give it to you. Fuck, wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real.
Not only is he so obsessed with himself that he thinks that everyone who has some sort of interaction with him is just masturbating to his pictures. When he tells lies and feels the least bit bad for himself, he then takes to Twitter to start putting out tweets like, "Stop lying, you messed up," and just some shit like that. But he does this every single time anything like this happens, just to try to get people to feel the slightest bit of sympathy for him. That's where Midnight Roses comes in nowadays.
X gon' give it to you. Fuck, wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real.
Now, I just want to start off by having a one-on-one with Gaming Till Dusk. I strongly advise you to stop speaking to TALLVideos. If you can't see that he's a liar, then you are just as unintelligent as he is then. But ultimately, it's your choice. He's your friend. Same goes for Midnight Roses. He's a liar. He will use you for his own personal gain. But again, it's your choice. Anyway, do I even have to list off all the lies that he has told people? Nonetheless me? Well, if you didn't watch my last video on Steven, he told me that he has all these connections with all these big YouTubers and that he can get me in Skype calls with Colossal is Crazy. It wasn't true, and Colossal is Crazy's Skype that he gave me was just one of his little Skype accounts that he had on the side. But if you haven't seen that video, make sure to go check it out. But he has told so many lies to people, it's not even funny.
X gon' give it to you. Fuck, wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real.
So remember whenever I said he puts out tweets trying to get people to feel the least bit of sympathy for him? Yeah, well, what goes along with that is he basically says that he can't control himself when he's Jacob, and his real name is Steven. At least that's what his ID says. But basically what he does is he's sometimes shitty to a friend, and then he takes to Twitter and puts out tweets and makes a video on that person about how, you know, he got blocked by them, and tries to become friends with them again. And then he claims that he's a completely different person known as Jacob, and he admits that he uses Jacob as a barrier so people can't hurt him because Steven is soft and gentle and scared and caring, and this kid is one of the biggest manipulators ever.
X gon' give it to you. Fuck, wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real.
In conclusion, guys, TALLVIDEOS is the lying, narcissistic, gay psychopath. And if you want to try to sue me, Steven, go right ahead. You will lose, and you know it. But anyway, guys, this is the last video I will ever make on Steven or Jacob or TALLVIDEOS. It's been Graham, guys. Peace.
I won't stop, now that I'm ahead of you. I won't stop like I didn't see your red and blues. Yeah, I did everything they never said to do. And Mr. I don't give a fuck is who you send your letters to. Yeah, cause that's me, that's me. They know that I was driven like I'm in a taxi. I stand behind my bars like my name was Max B. And I never gave a F like I never passed E. And yeah, you know it's feeling like a payday. Yeah, it's going down, I got them saying Mayday. Yeah, we taking shots, motherfucker, that's an AK. The blunt, I might hit it first, yeah, that's where the Ray J. Yeah, in this life, well, I'm loving it. Henderson the man, yeah, I'm feeling like the government. They ask me why stop, so I'm asking why not. Till I'm making stacks like IHOP. Yeah.
Party till it's over. Yeah. Party till it's over.